You people are always so damn aggressive, just pushing your way to the front. Don't you know there's a line? Or do the rules just not apply to your kind? Yeah, that was the first thing I heard that morning, and let me tell you, some days the universe just decides to put on a show you didn't even know you had tickets for. I started the day thinking life was good. Sun was shining, birds doing their bird thing, and there I was, chief of police, sitting across from Len-Amy, wife of 15 years at this little coffee shop downtown. Tuesdays off are rare for me, so just being there, sipping coffee with the love of my life, her laughter echoing against the glass, felt like an old jazz song, sweet and easy. The place smelled like roasted beans and hope. Then in walked Barb. Now, Barb wasn't just a person, she was an event. Bleach blonde hair that had seen one too many box dyes, squeezed into highlighter pink pants, face like she'd been sucking lemons since Reagan was in office. She zeroed in on Lena, who was just grabbing a straw. That's all it took. Barb's world order, shattered by a straw. Lena's not a pushover. She moves like she owns her skin. She just says, "Sorry, ma'am. I was just getting a straw." Real soft, and Barb goes, "Oh, I'm sure you didn't see me. You people are all the same. No respect." Now, in that instant, the whole shop goes silent, like a record scratch. You ever feel the air in a room just get heavy? Everyone heard it, you people. Nobody needed a dictionary to know what she meant. Lena's eyes, sharp as glass, cut through her. My people? What people would that be? She fires back, cool as ice. The place is holding its breath. Barb's face goes beet red. She steps up, chest out, voice like sandpaper. "You know what I mean, you little ghetto princess. You and your man think you own this place." She gestures at me. I just watch, letting the moment hang, wondering how far she'll dig her own grave. Lena laughs. "Honey, the only thing ghetto here is your attitude. Now if you'll excuse me, my straw and I are going back to my fancy man." That's Lena Grace and Steele in the same breath. But Barb can't let it go. As Lena walks past, Barb spits right in Lena's latte. Spit, white and globby, sitting on the foam like a declaration of war. That's when my day off ended. The room goes dead. Lena freezes, disgust and shock mixing in her eyes. I stand up. Suddenly, I'm not the husband, I am the chief. My brain goes surgical cold, everything narrowing down to Lena, that cup, and Barb. I gently take the drink, set it aside, sit Lena down. Her hands are trembling. "You okay, baby?" I whisper. She nods, but the fire in her eyes is gone, replaced by that awful, violated shock. That's when the rage hit Minute red and hot, but icy and focused. I face Barb. She's smirking like she just won something. I keep my voice low, but with weight. "Ma'am, I suggest you apologize to my wife right now." Barb laughs, loud and sharp. "Apologize? For what? For teaching her some manners? She assaulted me. I should be getting an apology. She's rewriting history in real time." "You spat in her drink." I say even. "That's assault. In this state, it's a Class A misdemeanor. You could go to jail." I'm giving her a rope, but she's not taking it. She gets loud, points a sausage finger at my chest, shrieking, "Are you threatening me?" Now everyone in the shop is on edge. "I'm educating you," I reply, voice flat. "You committed a crime, and about 50 witnesses and a high-def camera saw you do it." Barb's eyes flick up to the camera. She's rattled, but like a cornered rat, she doubles down. "He's threatening me. He's trying to intimidate me. I'm scared for my life." She pulls out her phone, fumbles it on speaker. "I'm calling the police. I'm being harassed by a huge, aggressive black man. I think he's got a weapon." She yells it for everyone to hear. My hands by my side. No weapon. Just my fist, clenched tight enough to leave nail marks. The barista is frozen. Some people are quietly filming now, which, yeah, good. Barb talks to the 911 dispatcher. "He's staring at me, he's trying to intimidate me. Please send someone before he does something crazy." Sirens in the distance. I know the response timeites my city. This is how people get killed. A lie, panic, and a dispatcher who doesn't know what's really happening. The patrol cars roll up. 2 young officers, Tim, skinny as a beanpole, and Jane, sharp-eyed and nervous, come in fast, hands near their guns. Barb erupts in fresh tears, pointing at me. That's him. He threatened me. Sir, put your hands where I can see them. Tim shouts, voice cracking. I do. Slowly. I'm calm. But inside, I'm burning, knowing what it's like for so many who look like me, who don't get to show a badge, who can't just pull rank. Jane is comforting Barb, treating her like the damsel in distress. Tim keeps me covered, pats me down, asks if I have any weapons. No, officer, I do not. But they still cuff me right there in front of my wife, in front of the whole shop, based on a lie. A businessman in a suit stands up, tries to speak up for me. Jane shuts him down. They're locked into the script. Angry black man, terrified white lady. Lena finally loses it. Are you kidding me? She spat in my drink and you're arresting my husband. Jane threatens to arrest Lena for interfering. I've had enough. All right, that's enough, I say, dropping the pretense. My voice shifts deep, commanding, the kind you don't argue with. Tim, what's your badge number? Jane, yours. They hesitate, confused. Who the hell do you think you are? Jane snaps. Take my ID from my pocket, I say. She does. And everything stops. She flips open my wallet, sees the badge, the title. Silence. Chief. Tim stammers, his face turning white. I let them stew in the horror of what they'd just done, handcuffed, manhandled, and humiliated the chief of police in public, in front of his wife, all because a privileged woman told a believable lie. Get the cuffs off me. Apologize to my wife. Secure the security footage. Now. They scramble, fumbling apologies. Barb tries to protest, but nobody's listening to her now. Ma'am, I say, my voice cold as steel. You have the right to remain silent. I read her rights. Charge her with assault and filing a false police report, and Jane cuffs her, this time by the book. Barb's world comes crashing down. She howls. This is police brutality. I'll sue you all. As they walk her out, her bleached hair shoved into the patrol car. In the coffee shop, people break into relieved chatter, some even clapping. The businessman shakes my hand. Thank you, sir. About time someone handled people like her. Back at the precinct, Barb's husband shows up, Arthur Dorado, city councilman, king of zoning, powerful and arrogant. He storms in, demands her release. You're making a grave mistake, he says, not realizing who I am until I tell him, straight-faced, that his wife is on camera spitting in my wife's drink and lying to 911. He threatens me with a council inquiry, tries to pressure the mayor, calls in favors. I hold the line, refuse to back down. The media gets wind. A sleazy blog paints me as the villain, aggressive black cop abuses sweet old lady. The online hate pours in, my department whispers. My wife gets harassed at her job. We're under siege in our own home. So I fight back quietly at first. I dig. I find corruption, money laundering, illegal zoning deals, Arthur and Barb at the center. Dirty money flowing through shell companies. I gather the evidence, airtight and deadly. Then, I walk into Arthur's office, drop the file on his desk. He pales as he reads. Option A, Arthur. I go to the feds, you and your wife go to prison. Option B. You retract the lies, drop your complaint, plead guilty, disappear from my life forever. He caves because bullies always do. Next day, the blog posts a retraction. Barb pleads guilty to assault and false reporting. Arthur resigns, citing health. Barb is sentenced to probation, a fine, community service at a soup kitchen, and poetic justicia year of racial sensitivity training. Tim and Jane, those rookie cops, end up as a training example at the academy. They learn. Weeks later, Lena and I walk back into that coffee shop, heads high. Kevin, the young manager, treats us like royalty. The place feels lighter, like the storm passed and left the air clean. Thing is, the world's full of Barbs and Arthurs. People who try to write your story with their ignorance. But if you stand your ground, fight smart and true, sometimes you win. You can't control what people throw at you, but you can control your response. And sometimes the best revenge is to just sit there, coffee in hand, in the sunlight with the person you love, while everyone who doubted you watches you win. So, tell Muhat, do you think justice or just another day in America? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear how you'd handle a Barb or an Arthur in your world. Let's talk about what real community looks like.